All right, my MMA Maniacs, it's time once again for your weekly MMA podcast.
He's got his own
Decision.
MMA.
Rah, 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 rah.
What are you going to do, brother?
Brought to you from the
Coming down for
Rock
you.
Studios. Bueller and Dodge ready to break you off some MMA news. We got UFC 208 going down tomorrow. So if you are new to the sport, you might want to strap in and take notes because we're going to give you a lot of info. Of course, we have last week's UFC on, was it on Fox or was it Fight Night?
Yes.
Yeah,
104.
It was on FS1.
Yeah, Ultimate Fight Night 104 was down last week, and then, of course, we have 208, like I said, to look forward to tomorrow night, as well as other things. Lots of news happening this week, and we're going to give it all to you right now, all at once.
But first,
there's more.
Oh, yeah, we're going to give a shout-out to Mike Humphrey. He's a fighter out of Arcata. He's been fighting up in the Bear River Fight Championship. He's currently the interim 170 champion. He's going to be coming down here to train with the likes of Aspen Ladd and Yaya Rakan over at MMA Gold in Sacramento. He should be. I think he's coming down in May or June, and they're gonna lock him in at 155. So he's gonna go from fighting at 170, what he fights now. He says he's a big fan of the show. I got up there and talked to him up in Arcade. I was up there doing some other business, and the guy sounds like a warrior. Yeah.
Better get to cutting, man.
Oh yeah.
Better
well,
get to cutting.
I don't think this guy's. He looks like he's a 155 fighter.
Okay.
I thought it was funny that he said he fights at 170, especially seeing a lot of the 170 fighters that we have in our area. But if he's coming down to train with Coach Doug and MMA Gold and Dave Madden, I think he's probably got some good stuff.
Michael Humphreys.
Michael Humphreys.
All right, man. Good luck to you. Thanks for being a fan of the show. We appreciate it. And now jumping into our first story from mymmanews.com. Casey, I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce this. Casey Suire?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, Casey Suire, unfortunately has passed away over the weekend.
He was a one championship, right? Because they're no longer one FC. One championship bantamweight fighter.
Okay.
And he passed away due to a motorcycle accident
At just 40 years old.
in Balai, Indonesia.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
So, obviously, we hate to see that happen. So thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of Casey. I'm not sure if there's anything set up for him.
I haven't seen anything yet, no.
But no, we lost another one. It's no good. So moving on from there.
Getting into some happy story. Some happy story. So we got the shit talking between Yoel Romero.
How are we gonna move on from this is like some Casey Kasem level shit right here. Like
I have to read about his fucking dog dying.
Damn, man. Yoel Romero is moving on.
Hold on, no. So we got Yoel Romero and Michael Bisping talking shit
Literally
to each other.
Yeah,
quite a bit lately. They don't even have a fight set up because we're still waiting for Bisping to recover from his injury.
But Dana has said it's happening.
It's going to happen.
It's
yeah.
going to happen.
So it started with, it's been starting obviously since Yoel Romero won his last fight.
Right.
But
it started before that with Bisping up in the rafters doing the whole
That's what I mean, yeah.
steroid injection
Yeah.
stuff and
flipping him the bird.
So then
I love you, Bisping.
he posted this picture of Yoel Romero where it says Yoel poos his pants. And I don't know if it's Photoshop. I don't know if it's real.
I've just come to the understanding that I think a lot of fighters poo their pants when they're fighting. It
could be just sweat.
Brown sweat.
What if it's just steamy farts?
It's snow.
It is not snow.
You can't capture steamy farts. It's like an apparition.
Why? I thought those are only in Australia.
Yes, down under. Literally down under.
Aberration?
Yoel Romero went on Twitter and said,
Aborigines.
what fight Bisping is stuck in Halloween? I heard he's dressed up as a ghost. Looks like he never took off the costume.
What?
Bisping says, tune into Sirius
That joke killed in Brazil.
XM at 3 p.m. on the countdown. We have Mad Flavor joining us, plus I'll be setting the midget Yoel Romero straight. Yoel Romero said, let me guess, steroids, blah, blah, blah. I'm hurt, blah, blah, blah. I can't see, blah, blah, blah. I won't be a midget when I'm standing over you.
How come he doesn't do the joke? Bisping, who are you looking at? Who are you looking at when you say that? Who are you looking at?
Why doesn't he say I'm going to knock your fucking eyes straight? That's my favorite one of all time.
So Bisping says, hey, Yoel, I'm not going to argue with you on social media, or argue with your social media intern. If you want to talk, call in. Gives him the phone number. And apparently he did call into the show. Now, it sounded like Bisping...
I'm on hold.
Yeah, he said he was tweeting on hold. It sounded like he was calling from a potato or a Nokia phone from like 1987 with the bag. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
1984.
yeah.
Not even a flip. It's
It
was
was
a suitcase.
It was a pretty horrible sounding call, but there's a lot of arguing, a lot of yelling. Even Bisping's like, I can't hear you. Hey, spell steroid. I need to know if it's you.
I don't think it was it was not Bisping.
Spell steroid. And then, of course, Yoel Romero hang up. Bisping's wife was in the studio and said, "You're being immature. Like you're
being immature.
You need to stop." And he goes, "I am immature."
While Romero was trying to feed a bus a carrot.
Now, check this out. So Yoel Romero sets up a GoFundMe for Michael Bisping.
I love this,
for his medical expenses. He
I think
says,
this is amazing.
The GoFundMe reads, "This is Mike. He will be needing money to survive after me and him meet in the octagon approximately May 2017. He is happy in this picture after defending his title against another fighter, and the devastation he went through caused him to have surgery on his knee, where all the visible damage on his face." Even though all the visible damage is on his face. This surgery has prevented him from competing in a timely manner. After this fight with me, I'm convinced he will need this money to rebuild his life. He has a family, and I'm deeply concerned for him. Please help any way you can. All the funds will be used for medical expenses and his retirement party.
This is absolutely a fantastic troll job.
They have $175 already.
I just want to donate to it just for the troll job.
But the thing that gets me is, the medical expenses are going to be covered by the UFC, so who's going to get the money?
That's a new website, Tipatrol.
Tipatrol?
Tipatrol. You know, I got Tip a Fighter. Tipatrol.
Who's going to actually get the money?
Porn site already.
I'm sure it is.
Well, I mean, I guess whoever set it up gets the money, and then they can send it to his kids.
Terrell Powell's going to be rich. That's the biggest internet troll I know.
100%.
So I think I like it. We've taken kind of the build up and the shit talk to a new level. It's a little bit different than some of the things we've seen. It's not just on Twitter going back and forth.
I think it's very creative, which is. Oh, I have to agree with Bisping. I don't think it came from him. Yeah,
from his intern.
I think that these social media battles. I like we talked about this 7-8 months ago that, it adds a whole new dimension because, like the WWE guys used to be able to do, the WWE gave them in between fights where these guys could sit there and talk smack to each other. Well, Twitter, I mean, that's awesome. They should start doing videos like that.
Well, one of the fun things about Twitter, as long as we've all been involved in this sport, and obviously like way before Twitter was around, was that before when Twitter was first invented, like we could literally interact with these fighters because they didn't have there was no blue check mark, there was none of that stuff, and it was just them interacting with people back and forth. And now there's still no filter, even though Twitter's amassed a great following and it's a lot harder to get in touch with a fighter. They still talk shit to each other like there's nobody else watching. And that's what makes it awesome.
I think some people still use these social media platforms, not realizing how many people are watching.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't. The president?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't know.
He knows. He knows that it's great. It's huge.
So some more Twitter beef going on. We have Rowdy Beck Hyatt after her fight that happened this past week. Kind of having a little Twitter beef with Gabey Garcia.
So weird.
And in fact, I think
it was real.
So we go here.
Don't be mad.
Let me set up the whole
thing. It was real.
Okay, you can say
Let me set up the whole thing. Not only that, but
I still don't believe it.
I can't no longer find the tweet that's there. I did see it myself because I logged in, but the tweet that I've been looking for is gone. Hopefully, we still have it on our Facebook. We can maybe read it from there.
With so much JPEG.
So let's start off at the beginning. It started with obviously, I would say Beck Rawlings. Beck Rawlings getting knocked out by Paige Van Zandt. Okay, that's where this started from. She got knocked out.
That's how far back.
How far back it goes. She got head kicked. Remember, she got knocked out. Paige Van Zandt then went on to say she's been training with Cyborg, how she feels she's the best woman in mixed martial arts, training things with her. And obviously we know that Cyborg and Gabey Garcia are really good friends, training partners.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, totally. So, goes back to there. Beck was on a random podcast where someone grabbed a small soundbite and they asked her, what did you think of Gabey Garcia's last fight? Talking about that one we all talked about when she fought the 89-year-old pro wrestler.
Back in December,
Back in December. Okay. And she said it was garbage. She's fighting pro wrestlers, 89-year-old women, and midgets. Like, that's not MMA to me. Mind you, it's a freak show fight. We all know it was. But still, she's right. It's not an MMA fight. Like, it's ridiculous. Someone put that back to Gabey. Gabey got mad. So then it goes to Gabey and Paige Van Zandt taking a picture the day before Beck's current fight this past weekend, saying, maybe next time you won't talk shit, you won't get knocked out with head kicks, blah, 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 basically going along those lines.
That was Gabey saying this.
Gabey, yeah, they had a video with Paige Van Zandt saying, we wish you luck, maybe you should practice checking kicks and that thing. Then they posted another video with her and Cyborg checking kicks, and they were just jumping around being ridiculous, saying that basically Beck doesn't check kicks.
All right.
Then basically Beck went on Twitter and said, you're basically a pussy ass bitch. You'll say this. You won't say this to my face, but you're basically a keyboard warrior. That's pretty much where it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets all crazy when it goes to like other people were jumping in saying, hey, well, at least you won't have to make weight, Rowdy, if you fight Gabby. You just don't worry about it. And then they post the picture of the Muppets old people saying this is Gabby's next opponents. And then it goes even further where she says, you can come down to my gym, Alliance MMA, which is where Beck was training.
Yeah, I got down to street fighting skills.
Yeah, you can get if you want to come out here, and she's saying that. But then what's even funnier is Ed Soares of Black House. Remember, this is Anderson Silva's former manager who's managed quite a few fighters, said, beware of Gabby Garcia. Don't trust her. Don't help her. She owes us money. She rented an apartment, ran up all the bills, and skipped on the bill.
Wow.
And so someone said, well,
that.
she's not even going to fight you because she can't even pay her own rent. So there's this thing's like Shrek. I mean, Gabby Garcia thing is like Shrek.
It's got layers.
It's got layers.
She's an onion. So what I saw was the final response from Gabby Garcia said, catch me outside, I bet, something like that.
Yeah.
Again, I don't believe that came from her. I believe that
Someone's writing for her.
That was the only one that had a check mark, though. The other ones didn't have. That's why I don't.
No.
I'm not saying it didn't come
There were
off
no check
her.
marks.
Right. I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying that it didn't come off her media page. But I'm just saying
someone else is
Yeah.
writing it for her.
Right.
Just like someone else is writing
That's why I
things for Yoel
initially
Romero.
said I didn't think it was true because there were no check marks on anything but the very final tweet. Plus, there was so much JPEG, it looked like it had been copy and pasted 1,000 times.
I think that happened because people didn't want to give other pages respect and they didn't want to share it. So, and it happens to us too. I see our stuff where people just take our picture because they don't want to share it from our page.
No.
That helped a lot when we did the whole Oprah Winfrey giving away belts.
They screen cap it and then shrink it back down again.
Yeah, they just didn't realize that I had put the SD watermark all over the picture. And again, I'm not going to go after anybody, but I pretty much know where all our pictures
We know
are.
who you are.
It was a thing.
The shitty thing about this, and here's why I was laughing at this initially, because obviously Gabby Garcia and Beck Rawlings are nowhere near the same weight class.
No.
But Gabby Garcia has such a questionable chin.
Hey, she's 2 scoops. She could be. 2 scoops. She could be close.
Could be. But her chin is super questionable. She fought the 52-year-old woman or the 49-year-old woman, whichever one they replaced the other one with, because there is a 6'5" champion kickboxer who wants to fight Gabby Garcia.
And she's ducking her.
Is Gabby ducking her or is Ryzen ducking her?
I've heard that they're basically not setting up that fight. They're still Ryzen is still trying to get her to fight Jazzy. They wanted to fight that other chick.
And that's fine.
We're gonna get that
MIDI board, and that's fine. But here's the thing: is it like, I mean, let's go back to the old days of Pride, who essentially runs Ryzen now. We never saw Fedor fight Barnett. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of conspiracy theories about that. Is there a reason why Gabby is not going to fight this 6'5" kickboxer, and they're going to cash in on these other crazy fights that we enjoy so much?
Right.
You know.
I mean, the thing is, Beck says herself. She's like, the basic bitch is being petty. She's like, I talked about a fight that I didn't think was right. You know what I mean? I had nothing to say about anybody else, and
she wasn't.
They did this before her fight. They did this. They started it before her fight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Rowdy didn't say nothing that nobody else was already saying.
No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, I feel like if this fight ever did happen, which it won't, it's
never
like
will.
still Gabby Garcia's chin is so questionable that I would still give Beck a really decent shot at that fight. If she just jumped up and threw a crazy Superman
You can't say
punch.
never, because I honestly thought I'd never see Jeff Bridges fight Danny Bonaducci.
And there you go.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Todd Bridges, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We need more
Todd-
celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
That's all we have.
We need to bring this
never
back.
mind.
I was like,
Yeah.
are we going? What movie route are we taking? Here?
Yeah.
World Series of Fighting, from everything I've been able to read online, is pretty much going down the tubes. They will not have another event. They might have another event, but it's not looking well. Some further news about World Series of Fighting. David Branch, their 2-division champion. So, Connor, you're not the only one. And in fact, David Branch was the first one in a major organization, at least in my mind, two-division champion, has left, vacated his middleweight and light heavyweight belt as a free agent. He's 10-0 in the league, and he's walked away.
Really? Does
saying
he
that
have options on the table? Or?
He says, I'm a free agent. I'm looking to explore my opportunities. It's about time me and the company just split ways. Some misunderstandings have happened. I asked for me to be released. I just want to do better things.
Well, we've actually talked to fighters, actually on the show and off the show, about shady business practices in the World Series of Fighting. So, and I can't say that they didn't help people get places.
Correct.
They have. They've been a great stepping stone. They've actually hooked people up with good teams and got them into good gyms. But
we never should have
let go
if
you want to go back,
Ben Askren. You let go of Ben Askren, this is what happens.
We can talk about pride, because Dan Henderson was a two-division champion as well. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
In their last event, he knocked out Vanderlei Silva, and he became the middleweight and the light heavyweight champion.
That's right.
Just saying.
The one in Nevada?
Connor. And that one fan on Ireland that downvoted us, I'm not mad.
No, I'm not mad either.
I love it. Let's get Ireland against us.
Another fight has been announced for Invicta 22. We do have that rematch of Tanya Evinger going up against Yana Kuniskaya.
Kuniskaya?
Yeah, the girl. Remember that ended up happening in a controversial fight finish where they originally
that's
gave it
right.
to
Yeah,
her.
okay.
She was able to
gave
appeal
Tanya back her belt, so the rematch. Okay.
Also interesting on this is you have in the co-main event, Invicta current atomweight champion Ayakaya Hamasaki is jumping weight, going to strawweight to fight former champion Livia Renata Souza. So I think that's pretty cool.
Is that from atomweight?
Yes, from atomweight to strawweight.
Right, and that the Bennett Escobar fight, that should be a war.
Yeah, we'll get to that as it gets closer. That's not until March.
Okay,
but that's the two fights that got announced recently, so that I figured we kind of mention them quickly.
All right.
Remember we talked about Mr. Ricardo Abreu failing his second test while being suspended?
Almost immediately retired after the
retired after the broadcast.
So I'm guessing it wasn't like a fix-it ticket?
No.
He says
he's got. This is the one with the.
This is the story.
Yeah.
He says he was severely depressed, and he had to take this medication because he was depressed, and that the UFC was not helping him when he was depressed. And I'm not criticizing the UFC. He says, I love the company. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. But in reality, this is what's happened is that, I was making a living on sponsors, and I wasn't making money with the pairs they paid me. And then, they got rid of the sponsors, and I wasn't able to pay for things. I had to move to Albuquerque. The cost of living was lower, but the financial crisis in Brazil didn't help. And then the Reebok deal didn't help. And I was depressed. And so it is what it is. He's asked for he's done.
Well, I mean, it's disappointing. It's definitely a bummer. This is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why we fight for higher pay for the UFC fighters, and we fight to get rid of this stupid Reebok deal.
Yeah, which we only owe him a year, 2018.
God, they better not renew it. I really hoped when WME bought the company, then the deal would be void. I really did, but
I thought it was 7 years.
I thought it was less than that, or maybe it's the Fox deal that's ended in 2018.
I hope not.
we definitely.
Well, then that's when we'll see the UFC channel start.
One of the big, maybe you're right. Is the
we had 2 years left on the Fox deal.
Yeah.
Like September.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
We do have some big news headlining the next event, Bellator 179 on Spike. You're going to have Paul Daly against Rory McDonald.
I like it.
Michael Venom Page was asking for a fight with Paul Daly that did not end up coming through. Instead, they decided to do Michael.
I was hoping for
Rory
MVP
McDonald
versus Paul Daly, but I still like to see McDonald get in the cage and be able to mix it up. But really, if you're Paul Daly, do you just train nose punches? Is that it?
Just smash it. Just
That's
constantly smash it.
All
Because
day.
we saw it happen in that second fight.
My personal opinion
like
about
this.
Michael Venom Page is
It's like this.
they were not ready.
Except it was more.
They were
covering his
not
face
ready
and crying.
to pull the
There's a lot of
curtain
crying.
down. That's what that was
A lot
about.
of crying.
No, we're not ready.
Hands are down. A lot of crying.
Oh
Yeah.
man, there he is.
Yeah. After Venom Page's last performance
I wasn't impressed.
that they gave to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's ready for either of these two fighters, Semtex or the Red King. I really
He
don't
likes to
think
talk
so.
a lot of shit.
I think both
Throw
those. I
Pokeballs
think
to
both those
people
guys
that
will take him to school, especially if he starts his
skull.
breakdancing
I think
bullshit.
if he had to pick between the two of them, it should be Rory, just because Rory obviously has an Achilles heel at this point.
yeah, his face.
Exactly.
He has an Achilles face.
He's an Achilles face.
We need that button. I'm like, oh.
That's the name of the band.
Yeah,
Achilles face.
Achilles face.
How do you spell that? AKILL.
Yeah, it can't be normal.
It's Achilles.
Yeah, it's not. No,
No. But we don't say
we're-
Achilles.
If we're gonna make it a death metal band, it's definitely gonna look like a bunch of crackles on like an old leather couch.
Where you couldn't even read it.
Yeah, I can't even read it unless you're Clown Party. They're an amazing metal band from Scotland, and they use bubble letters.
I prefer that. I fucking seen it on a flyer where you couldn't read shit anywhere else, and it was like all distressed leather seats in a fucking Lexus that had been sitting out in the sun since 1996, and then there was fucking Clown Party.
Metal band from Scotland.
Perfect.
Dana White says Jose Aldo and Max Holloway is a done deal. However, has not announced when that fight is going to be.
But it's going to happen.
But it's going to happen. He says he's already put the contracts out. Both of them are put it all together. Everything. It's a done deal. We've already signed that fight. It's a done deal. But he cannot remember exactly when the event will happen. There are rumors that it will be UFC 212.
I thought you were typing Clown Party. I was kind of excited.
Do you really
for a
want to see
second.
Clown
No,
Party?
I'm good. Let's move on.
We'll see that
I like,
before
I
we
like
go.
this fight, though. I like this fight. We'll see where Aldo stands against somebody like Holloway.
Filter on before you say that.
That's
No
not
way,
Lemon
man.
Party. This is Clown Party.
Take that filter off. We go free balling here.
Speaking of Max Holloway, he says he's going to be in a movie. He got a movie deal called Den of Thieves with 50 Cent, O'Shea Jackson Jr., that's Ice Cube's kid, and Gerard Butler. So there you go. He's going to be in a movie. You can see Max Holloway. Hopefully he doesn't go all Hollywood and forgets to train.
Look at that coming straight to Netflix near you.
It is an action thriller film.
So is Death Race 2050.
The plot reportedly centers on a bank thief trapped between two sets of criminals.
Oh, I give that 3 Darce chokes right now.
Three darts jokes? 3.5.
We have UFC 211 going down May 13th, Dallas, Texas.
With Miocic up against Junior
Junior
Santos.
At first I
Is
was
this
like,
a rematch?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
At first I was like, why the fuck is Junior Dos Santos getting a title shot?
Because he already beat him
Who
once.
else is...
That's when I started looking at the top 10, and I'm like, okay, so you got Fabricio. Okay, he beat him. He didn't get his immediate title shot. That kind of sucked. But oh well, we're moving on. Cain Velasquez is permanently injured.
Yeah.
Alistair Overeem, he just beat. Ben Rothwell just lost. Mark Honey already beat. Well, shit, I guess Junior Dos Santos it
The
is.
only one that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. He did lose a unanimous decision to Junior Dos Santos back in the day. So Junior Dos Santos, I guess, getting that step up, getting a chance to go for the
It's
title
going to be
again.
interesting because did Junior Dos Santos beat Stipe,
Unanimous decision.
but before or after Kane worked him?
I believe way before.
Yeah.
Way before.
Okay.
Also,
and I think it's going to be a lot different fight. Than,
also on that card, we're going to have Fabricio Verdum versus Ben Rothwell.
Who we just talked about in the rankings.
Yeah,
All right.
who we just talked about in the rankings. So,
So that means that if Verdum wins, that he's going to get his shot back at whoever
whoever has
wins
the title.
belt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, has to.
So what about Rothwell if he wins?
He's ranked number 5.
He's
ranked number 5. I'd
was
give
he,
it to him.
Was he 5?
Yeah, he's ranked number 5.
Because he was the one that was kind of skyrocketing, and then this last one he lost.
He's got to wait for Kane.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he's ranked number 5 right there, so that would make sense.
Yeah, he has to wait for Kane. Just put him on the back seat somewhere. Indefinite hiatus.
So, yeah, he lost to Stipe. No, it was after Kane. That was his first win back after Kane, but then he got knocked out by Overeem.
Oh, okay. All right.
So there you go.
And now
So
you
it
know.
breaks down.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, you can say that.
No, I can't.
Say it. Daniel
O'Meal Landscook.
Yeah.
will face no sanction after a positive test of last year due to
Your gold star today.
melatonin. Melatonin. They're saying basically it was found positive, but he's been found without fault of this.
So, like, you accidentally had some melatonin?
Yes,
I did that once.
pretty much. He accidentally found melatonin.
Like, I tripped over it and I fell on it.
Oh, I know how it is, Todd. You tripped, fell, you stuck your dick on my wife. I know.
Something you want to talk about?
These things happen.
Something you
What,
want to talk
tripped,
about?
fell, landed on his dick?
Something you need to talk about? UFC Fight Night what is that, 104?
I think it was 104, yeah.
Yeah.
104 happened before
What
the
a
Super
good
Bowl.
night, man.
Before the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed these fights.
You start off down there at the bottom?
The very bottom.
Or
with,
you want to start on prelims?
You know what? Why not? Khalil Roundtree versus Daniel Jolly.
The one time I say I have no faith in him.
He killed the man.
I know.
It was insane
seconds.
to watch the knee happen and the body go limp, yet with Khalil still holding the body
going
up.
through?
Yeah. So Khalil put those Roundtrees to work and KO Daniel Jolly. And then you had Nico Price get a KO over Alex Morano.
Both on Fight Pass.
Both on Fight Pass. Tisha Torres kicked off the prelims up against Beck Rawlings with the unanimous decision over Beck Rawlings.
Yeah. Beck Rawlings flipping off the crowd because people were telling her that she was fat, basically.
Came in, 2.5 pounds overweight?
Yeah. And she says she won't fight at 115 again. There's no way.
Yeah, she's abandoning that weight class.
She says she's basically wanting the UFC. They have to open the 125-pound weight class.
Open it up. Let's
Which
do
they've
it.
already had a couple fights at 125.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's open it up.
So-
if you're doing 145 this weekend, just make 125 the debut 6 months from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then you're going to spread the 135 thin and the 115 thin because you're going to have girls move up and you're going to have girls
But you
move
have
down.
already plenty of girls that's where they belong is 125. They are killing themselves to cut to 115 and they can't cut that much weight, or they're incredibly small for 135 and they're just not.
Does Invicta
you don't
have a 125?
Yeah.
And name 5 girls at 125.
In Invicta?
No, name them.
I don't. I have to look.
That's what I'm talking about.
You want to know 5 girls at
JoJo?
125? I'll tell you right now. It's 5 girls at 125?
Yeah.
The top 5 at 115.
When you get down to the lower weight, you got to realize 10 pounds is a bigger percentage of their weight that they have to gain and lose too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 5 through 10 at 115 are 125ers.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
It's not the same if you go from like 215 to 225. That's a smaller percentage than your.
Oh, tell me about it.
That girl.
That girl right there.
Jennifer Maya.
Yeah, I see no reason not to open it up. I don't think we're ready for atom weight yet, but
No.
125 for sure. I'm down.
And how about that? KGB. How about that?
Andrea Lee. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they're not there.
It is
Yeah.
Wonder
Yeah,
Woman.
that's
Yep,
the girl.
her
Hey,
too.
go back up. That's the girl that Treyas was saying is supposed to be hot.
Yeah.
Wonder
I don't
Woman?
know, Rich. Your picture suspect.
Your picture suspect.
Dennis is questioning your judgment.
Yeah, don't
I
care,
guarantee,
bro.
like I said, ask Kelly if she could cut to 125. She said she couldn't make 115. Ask her if she'd prefer to cut at 125.
I bet she'd actually like to go up and fight in 145. Could you imagine her at a buff 145?
Get her on the phone.
What you got on my chain?
Ask her.
What you got on my 40, homie?
Let's go back. Ricardo
Covered in like
Ramos.
IRS. Ricardo Ramos up against Mishinori Tanaka. He got a unanimous decision in favor of Ricardo Ramos. Then Chaz Skelly, submission, rear naked choke over Chris Guschmacher. And then
Gutzmacher.
whatever, Grudismacher.
Munching the goose.
Yeah,
Gooch.
eat that gooch all day.
Curtis
know.
Blades.
Fucking Curtis Blades is just, he is not real up against Adam
TKO
Milstead.
knee injury.
It was just, his knee was done at the end of the first round, which even the announcer,
don't even-
Brian Stan, was saying they shouldn't have let him
They
come out.
shouldn't have let him come out. Like, that's.
Hey, but I like how Milstead defends his corner and goes, I never told him I was injured. Even though people 8 rows deep,
Yeah, was like-
knew it was like, hey, his knee's fucked up.
Yeah, sweep the leg.
Seriously. Curtis Blades is ridiculous.
We're not laughing about the injury.
No.
We're laughing about that your corner didn't notice it.
Yeah, that everybody else.
Hey, man, don't take those leg kicks. They're bullshit.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit. Exactly.
My fucking 11-year-old son was like, ooh, what happened to his leg?
Yeah.
That's not good. But you have Curtis Blades, who his strength is just unparalleled in this fight.
Because he came from American Gladiators.
But his stand up is horrible, and then when his grounded pound is just like, it's like McGilla Gorilla style, where he's just like this. Raw. It's like, oh my god, he's gonna kill the man! Stop the fight! Stop the fight!
Somebody
and then
please.
separated the legs. So Curtis Blades making one hell of a showing that night. Got to give it to him there. Jumping onto the main card here on Fox Sports 1 as well, you had Jessica Andrade going up against Angela Hill. Angela Hill had nothing.
Angela, I know that you wanted to come back and I know you wanted to get paid, but you were not ready to come back.
You weren't bad.
I thought it was a good fight. To me, it looked like Takanori, or excuse me, it looked like who I'm thinking about, Don Fry and what's his name?
Oh, the Rock'em Sock'em
Takayama?
Robots fight? Yeah.
Where they just sat there and did this, because they did that for a little while.
They did, but Angela
great.
Hill just, it was like, It was like Jessica Andrade was operating at a 10 or an 11, and Angela Hill was only at like
she was a little.
7.
She was a little
I would
behind.
love to agree with you, but I usually don't side with judges. But 30-27, 30-27,
Yeah.
30-27
Yeah.
speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does. And they're saying now that Jessica is going to be fighting Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
We were wondering why this fight even happened. It was because Andrade wanted to have one more fight before
warm-up
she
fight.
fought for the title.
I don't
so
think
why
this
not give her
is-
the title holder from Invicta?
This was not a warm-up fight for Jędrzejczyk.
No, I think Jędrzejczyk's gonna, or Jędrzejczyk is gonna win this fight.
We said
now Jessica's definitely strong.
Yeah.
She definitely has a lot of power. But I just think Joanna's so quick and so technical.
Well, we said
She's just
in private
vicious.
conversation, if Jessica Andrade really wanted to make an impression here, she had to finish Angela Hill.
Yeah, she had
She
to.
did not. And then Marcel Fortuna up against Anthony Hamilton. This was a quick work at 3:10 of the first round. Just a big KO punch from
He
Marcel
like
Fortuna.
shut him down like he was a glitch. Like he just like punched him.
He
straight in
did.
the forehead and he just went,
It was weird too because Marcel.
I thought someone was playing UFC, EA UFC, and like they had one of those little weird glitches where like you hit the guy and then he's like,
Oh,
and you're like, wait, what? I was starting throwing the next punch.
And I thought Hamilton
he's gone into mummy guard. He's in mummy guard.
Mummy guard. Hamilton looked okay, I thought, for the most of this fight. And then all of a sudden it was bing, bang, boom, done.
right straight in the forehead. Just,
Yeah. Got maddened. Bing, bang, boom. And it's over.
tough acting, acting.
And you had, oh, Jesus.
Vulcan.
The Vulcan called it. Called
Vulcan
the Vulcan.
over OSP with a split decision.
It wasn't even really that close.
It was pretty close.
OSP came back towards the end, but I think that was just because the Vulcan was like, I got these.
I don't disagree with the decision at all. I hope for more out of OSP, but I really did feel like in the end, Vulcan edged it out.
All right.
And then moved on from there to James Vick versus Abel Trujillo.
How many Darce chokes did he attempt?
All of them.
How many Darce? I feel like seriously, Abel is just like, can you just get him off? I'm just tired. I'm not even choking. I'm not even choking. I just don't want to do this anymore.
But defend it. Because, hey, I was literally giving him voices after like the third or fourth attempt, you know?
Yeah.
I was just like, no, get back over here. We're going to do the Darce choke. It's like, why don't you just knock me out? No, we're going to do the Darce choke.
I need a win from Darce. I haven't had one in a while.
I really thought you'd try something new this time.
Yeah,
No,
he's
we're
like,
doing it
because
again.
there was even a point when he
I trained this all year, and they keep telling me that I got it, and now it's not happening. It's gonna happen.
I wonder if he had a side bet with somebody. He's like, I'm going to pull a Darce tonight.
pull a
No
Darce.
way,
No, you're
dude.
not.
No way.
Bro, you can't even get me in a Darce in training. You're not getting that guy.
Off the books, he made like $100K.
Because there was one point where Abel just laid on his back,
Yeah, it was
and he
just
was
like-
just like, punch me in the face. Don't choke me no more.
Just
Just punch me in the face.
It's annoying. Like,
No, Vic won $100K, a car, and somebody's gym. That's what he had to bet on that. And then Felice Herrig up against Alexa Grasso. This went to unanimous decision in favor of Felice Herrig.
Felice Herrig looked like she been training.
She did, right?
Like she's a fighter again, not a
Dude,
ninja warrior.
I'm reinvigorated as a Herrig fan.
She says she wants either Paige Van Zant or Michelle, the Karate Hottie Watson.
No, you don't. Try. Let's
First
get
of
one
all-
more warm up.
No, she can do Paige Van Zandt.
Shut up. Let's get one more.
Either
warm
one
up.
of those, she's saying for. How come she didn't call out somebody tougher?
Well, here's
Why is she being like, I want the pretty girls because we're gonna make pretty money?
Yes, that's exactly
That's what Angela Hill has been bitching about.
When I'm watching this fight, I'm saying out loud, I'm like, wow, it looks like Felice Herrig has stopped trying to worry about marketing herself on Instagram and actually focus
focusing
on
on
training.
fighting, yeah.
And then she gets done and she's like, I want PVZ or the Karate Hottie. I'm like, there she goes again. Fucking marketing. That's
Yeah.
all it is. That's a payday
No,
fight.
the PVZ fight I understand because
Although,
she just
who
wants.
had the better abs, Grasso or Herrig? Because they were both. They looked like they were having a competition.
Just
like they were out there just like,
Yeah.
for being
Oh, yeah.
30. Hey, for being
right now we're gonna fight, and now ab competition.
Yeah. Hey, for having Grasso being 23 and her being 32. I was really proud of the 32. Yeah.
You're not getting abs like that.
Oh, I could spray paint them on. You ever see that where they go up against a cyclone fence?
No, you have to get the ab press. It's like a metal grill thing that you put over your stomach.
Spray tan it. There you go.
It's like a bacon break. Is that what it
That's
is?
exactly what it is. And your main event was the Korean Zombie after 4 years. being
Shut up.
Chan Sung
He
Jung.
was getting fucking knocked out.
over Dennis Bermudez. No, because Dennis Bermudez actually did get knocked out.
No, I know.
Uppercut. Bang!
Caught him, man.
Loved it.
There's no version of this story where Chan Sung Jung got knocked out.
I know.
Ever.
Doctor Strange can't even help you with this
I
one.
know.
There were people asking
Total punch count, though.
how did the Korean Zombie was able to train while he was in the military. One of these
Because he had cake duty, didn't he?
Kinda.
Whoa.
A Korean veteran who actually was
Really?
with him.
Yes.
Have you ever
this
been in the
fucking
military?
lazy ass guy who's never done shit? No, I get it. I know what you're saying.
One of these guys, a Korean veteran who
I didn't
who
say it
actually,
like that.
served
I would
with
never use that condescending
Korean
tone.
Zombie said they go and rate guys based on their health when they come in.
Oh, you said rate.
Rate.
Okay.
Yes, they go and rate
It's not
guys.
North Korea.
So 1 through 1, they basically rate them like
Calm down, Josh.
1 through 5, and if you're a 5, like you have severe medical problems, like you're not going to be doing anything else. They may even turn you away, like all these different things. For some reason, like 3, they said like a 2 or 3 is like perfect health, and a 4 is like you're in good health but you need some work. Because of his fucking shoulder injury from Jose Aldo, he got ranked a 4, even though he was in peak fucking condition. And so they said, oh, well, technically you have an injury. You're not at peak condition. You get to go home. So he was in active military duty, but he didn't have to stay at the barracks. He got to stay at home and continue to train.
Really?
He still every day had to go to the base and check in. Every day go and do the training exercises, all that stuff.
Really?
But he got to go home at night at 5 p.m. every
Oh,
night.
I thought he was marching the gay to the DMZ. Like,
He still had to go do all those things, but he
Yeah.
got to go home and not go home to the barracks. And so he got lucky because fucking Jose Aldo was an asshole.
you were saying, Dennis?
And
You were saying?
He still went to the gym every day.
I do not. It's like me going to the police academy and then going home at night.
Hey, you did do that.
I did do that.
You did. I'll give you that.
When I was much younger.
Yeah.
so good for Korean Zombie, man. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, no, it was cool to see him fight. It was good to see him looking that.
Glad to see him back. In fact,
Let's
actually,
talk about me. Let's talk about you.
Well, the UFC was in Korea when they did their event in Seoul. He tried to get special permission to fight there, and they told him no.
No.
He was turned away.
Well, no, they don't want to get their infantry damaged. I
Yeah.
mean, if they got to throw somebody in the
So,
front line. Get the number 4s. Throw all the 4s up front first.
Go, 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 go!
Joe's like, what the fuck, dude? Peak physical condition. Get our 4. Get up there.
UFC 208 is going to be going down tomorrow. A little bit of news coming out of that. We had Justin Wills was set to replace Luis Henrik Barbosa de Oliveira. Guy with 5 fucking names.
Stop it. Stop it with the names.
Had to replace him on short notice. Just got ruled that he was medically unfit to fight. He's been pulled from his match with Marcin Tybura, so that fight will not be going on. He said it was not due to the weight cut. It was having to do with the UFC doctors. They just felt that his weight cut went a little rough. He did make weight, but they pulled him from the fight. So Justin Wills and Marcin Tybura will not be fighting on that. Tybura will be getting his show money. They're going to try to reschedule that later. Also, we have the commentating team set up for this. Remember,
Yeah.
Goldberg is gone.
Who, I don't know if you've seen the rumors, is talking to Bellator.
Bellator's baiting him.
Allegedly.
Wouldn't surprise me. But so they're saying right now, currently, for this UFC, this is not permanent. For this UFC, we're going to have John Anik, Joe Rogan, and Daniel Cormier.
Well, it can't be permanent because
First of all, how do
Cormier
you-
is an active fighter.
Is an active fighter. How do you feel about having the 3-man booth again? I mean, it's been a long time since the UFC's had a 3-man
I'm not going to
booth.
say I hate it.
Okay. And how do you feel about those 3 guys?
I don't dislike Anik at all.
I just like hearing Cormier. It's
I
almost as
really
bad as
feel-
hearing Joe Buck.
I really feel Cormier should stick to fighting. Let Brian Stan take that position. Brian Stan does a great job on all of these
Plus,
UFC
he's not an
fight
active
nights.
fighter.
He's not an active
I
fighter.
don't think
He
Brian
hasn't-
Stan wants it, though.
You don't think he wants to do the travel schedule?
I don't think so.
Makes sense. I can understand that.
Any one of us will do the travel schedule. Just call. We'll even rotate. You just
Yeah.
call us.
Russell Crowe, baby, take it.
So UFC 208, Random A versus Home is going down again tomorrow. Start off on the Fight Pass card there.
Yeah, Ryan LaFleur taking on Johan Carrero. And then you got Felipe Nover taking on Rick
I didn't know he
Glenn.
was still around.
Felipe Nover?
Yeah.
I almost picked him on my picks. And then kicking off your prelim card on Fox Sports 1, you got Ian McCall taking on Jared Brooks.
Yeah.
Finally, Ian McCall gets a fight.
Yeah, I got to go with Ian McCall.
We can't click on Jared Brooks.
At first, I thought this was going to be another Brooks, a different Brooks, and I was like, oh, Brooks is going to take it. And then I was like, oh, Jared Brooks. I don't know who that is. I'm going Ian McCall.
Ian McCall. Nick Lentz is taking on Islam Makhachev. And then
I got Lentz.
Lentz all day for sure.
I'm going Makachev.
He's boring, but I got Lentz.
And Wilson Rells taking on
Rice?
Uka. Is it Rice? I need glasses.
Will you
need glasses
blow it
so
up?
bad.
He could blow it up for you.
Hey, look at that.
Hey.
Oh my God, that's an L. Uka Sasaki. Jesus Christ, I feel like my grandmother. And then Randy Brown taking on Bilal Muhammad. And then we jump into your main card. This is on the pay-per-view, of course. No, I can't fucking read that anymore, man. It's gone.
There you go.
Dustin Poirier taking on Jim Miller. Who you got in this one?
I got Poirier.
It's a
Miller.
tough
I love
one.
Miller. I love Miller, but I think I'm gonna go the diamond.
I'm going to go with Miller on this one, too. But
Tastes great, less filling. I'm going with Miller.
All right, and then we
He had
got
Lyme disease. I don't know, man.
Glover Teixeira taking on Jared Cannonier. Teixeira?
Yeah, I'm taking
Cannonier.
Teixeira.
Cannonier.
I got Glover. Glover's been training in Mike Tyson's old
I'm
gym.
taking the whole right side all the way.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I
what?
love-
You're taking fucking blue-collar brawler Tim Boach over Ronaldo Jacare?
Yes!
I love Tim
Yes.
Boach, but I think Jacare's got it.
It's
I'm going to be rooting for Boach.
I hope Boach comes in with like a big overhand right, and then Jacare Souza just like falls on his back and rolls into a heel hook, and it's over. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Because Tim Boach cannot do anything to Jacare on the ground. Like zero. Negative fucking 10.
Now I hope Boach submits his ass.
Hammer fists him.
Submission-wise.
Bang!
I don't see that happening either.
Hard fisting.
If he goes in for a hard fist,
It's going to be like Musasi where fucking Jacare's going to jump in and get fucking knocked out with an up kick.
Maybe Tim Boach could knock out Jacare Souza, but even if it's hammer fisting from the top, he's going to get armbarred.
All right.
There's no way Tim Boach can do anything against Jacare's ground game. Jacare all day on this one for me. Anderson Silva said he can fight for 6 to 7 more years. I say he retires tomorrow night against Derek Brunson when Brunson knocks him out yet again.
Ooh. All right.
Taking Brunson there. Anybody else? You're taking Brunson. You said the other
I'm
one
on
side.
Brunson.
Yep.
If Brunson don't beat Silva, he might as well pack his shit up and leave.
6 to 7 more years,
Yeah.
he says. What do you think?
No.
No?
3.
Do you think
No.
he wins this one, though?
Did you not watch the Cormier fight? Were you not not
Cormier's
impressed
a
as I
large
was?
man.
It doesn't matter.
Cormier's not a middleweight.
Okay.
He fights at
Are you
middleweight.
not entertained?
Cormier
I
is
was
a
not
heavyweight
entertained.
fighting at light heavyweight.
Okay.
He loves his cake and chicken.
Okay.
I like cake and chicken, too.
I'm going to take Anderson Silva.
All right, and then we move on to your
Just to
main
go against
event,
you guys.
your first ever 145-pound fight for the women's division. We're going to crown a new champion with, I'm glad I know who it is, Holly Holm versus Jermaine Durandame. Jermaine Durandame, very decorated kickboxer. Holly Holm has your big KO over Ronda Rousey, and I'm thinking it's going to happen again tomorrow night. I'm taking Holly Holm.
For those of you who don't know what's going on, Joey can't see, so Dodge has put shit in 7-inch font on the screen that our teleprompter.
Look, man, I had LASIK like 7 years ago, and it's gone.
And I picked Jermaine because that was my favorite Jackson.
We saw her too, remember? She was brutal at that fight we went and saw.
Not Tito?
No,
Her kickboxing is
Dude,
amazing.
Yeah.
Her kickboxing.
When we watched
is
her
amazing.
kickboxing, that was another. It was just like, why are they letting that poor little girl get beat up by that other big girl?
Yeah. right.
Somebody throw in the towel. It hasn't even started. Throw in the towel.
We've seen that happen more than once, too, which is why they need 125 and 145-pound divisions.
I like Holly Holm in this fight. I think her not necessarily just her kickboxing. Now she's a kickboxing champion herself. Different style of kickboxing than Jermaine Durandame. Although I do think her straight boxing is what's going to be able to get her in this fight. I'll be taking Holly Holm.
I think that they've worked more. I think Jermaine Durandame has worked more on the ground game, just because that's obviously what Misha's pointed out is Holly Holm's hole in her game.
Yeah, awesome tattoo.
Well, neither one of them have ground game.
Maybe this one.
So I'm going with Holly Holm all the way. Thanks for listening. Tell your friends, of course, watch UFC 208 going down tomorrow night on pay-per-view. Check out our sponsors, mymmanews.com. Get breaking news 24/7. We do this once a week. They do it all week long. And, of course, strongboardbalance.com. Change the way you work out. Get on board. Strongboardbalance.com. If you hit up their Instagram, you got a chance to win one. Strongboardbalance.com. Check us out on Instagram, SD_MMA. On Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. And our website, splitdecisionmma.com. That pretty much wraps it up for this week. Bueller and Dodge from the Ruloff Family Inc. Studios saying have a good night.
Russell
we'll see you at the
McGregor.
fights. Russell McGregor.
Yeah, and last minute rumor.
And Diaz we trust.
You shut it off.
No, last minute rumor is that Cyborg's going to get her therapy use exemption, and we will be seeing her fight within the next 5 months.
Whoever wins.
And that's still a rumor. We have no way to confirm it.